Hey everyone, my name is Jay, and in the last video, which was my Minecraft episode, if you watched that, I'm sorry if I got the number wrong on the title. It was either 6 or 7, and I couldn't remember, so I just put 7. And I wasn't going to look back because that would take a whole process, blah blah blah. I know, I'm lazy. Okay, so today we are going to be reacting to one or two or maybe more videos by a person called Harry Potter and the Sacred Text, but they do like these videos like, who is your Ginny Weasley in your life, who is your Ron Weasley, do you feel bad for Petunia, blah, 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 Aunt Petunia, things like that. Like in the corner you see what do you do with your good intentions. I'm not actually sure what that is. I'm only on the 4th book, but okay. So let's just see who my Ginny Weasley is. Weasley. That's English. Let's see.
Who in our lives are we not listening to? Who are we not taking seriously?
Imagine that you have a huge crush on a boy and you've been thinking about him all summer. You've barely spoken to him, but you know you have something special. One morning, you go downstairs for breakfast, and with no warning, he's sitting at the kitchen table with the rest of your family. After catching your breath, you wish you had had a little bit of warning so you could have brushed your hair, or at least your teeth. Your whole family knows that you're in love with him. They tease you about it in front of him. You're embarrassed, he's embarrassed, it's the worst. No one takes you seriously. They all just think it's a silly crush, but it's not. One day, you're going to marry him. Then, you meet an older boy at school. Unlike the others, he cares about what you have to say and doesn't laugh at you. You start to talk to him all the time. As soon as you wake up, between classes, before you go to bed at night, he's your constant companion. He starts to ask you for favors, and you're happy to help. It feels good to give back to this person. It's the least you can do after he's been such a good friend. But then, he asks you to do something that crosses a line. You try to stop talking to him, and you want to ask for help, but you doubt your family and friends will take you seriously. They never have before. After all, he's the only one who listens. So, you go back, and you do what he asks you to. It hurts a lot of people, including the boy you love. You know it's wrong, you just can't figure out another option. And even though you feel awful, you wonder what would have happened if someone had listened to you, had taken you seriously. You would be Ginny Weasley in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Who in our lives are we not listening to? Who are we not taking seriously? For more conversations like this,
I don't know. I don't have anything to say. But like, I mean, that was actually really well made. Like, their art style is really cool. And I don't know. Let's see what
do you do with your good intentions?
Imagine a world where evil is growing in power every day. Injustice is rampant, fear hangs like a fog, and despair is at the gates. You're constantly anxious, scared for yourself and scared about the people you love. You're at a loss as to what to do. You realize you need help, so you go to your mentor to figure out what to do. And this is what they tell you: think positive. The world is crumbling around you, and you're being told, think a happy thought? It's infuriating. It's insulting. Also, it's harder than you thought it would be. Your mentor makes you practice over and over and over again. Practice remembering good things. Practice turning those memories into something useful. But bad thoughts keep interrupting because it feels like a lie. Why focus on the good when there is so much bad? Then, one night, on the bleakest of nights, despair is about to overtake you. Nearly all hope is lost, but you try anyway because no one else is there to do it. But then, suddenly, that practice pays off, and it turns out you can do more than you thought that you ever could. Humbled and relieved, you are surprised by your own strength. And despite yourself, you somehow managed to send something good out into the world. You would be Harry Potter casting your first Patronus in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
There's nothing to say on that one either. I don't know. All I know is, I wanted to say this in the beginning of the video, but I'm pretty sure I forgot, is none of these videos are mine, as I said. They are Harry Potter and the Sacred Texts. They're their videos, and I'm not stealing it from them. But, are there any more of these? Let's check their... They only have 4 videos. They only have 4 videos. I don't know. I've already seen Can You Forgive Petunia Dursley, but let's watch it again.
In someone else's story.
So imagine that you're 21 or 22 years old. You moved out of the house as soon as you could at 18 because your family just never appreciated you. You were basically invisible in your own home. You loved your sister, but she was always the more special one and always had a way of making you feel sort of small. So you left home and you found a man who makes you feel like the most special and beautiful person in the world. You guys have a kid together who you love more than you've ever loved anything. And you are not going to repeat your parents' mistakes. You are going to make sure that he knows that he is the most special thing in the world. You go about your business that day, and your husband is working hard, and you want him to know how much you appreciate that. You cook an elaborate dinner. You deal with your fussing baby who's teething. Your husband comes home, and for some reason, he asks about your sister. Why would he bring this up today? Yes, I think about calling her every day. Yes, I sent her a gift at Christmas, but the last time I saw her, I met her new husband, and he was terrible to me. You've heard that she has a new baby around your son's age, but you just can't ever get yourself to pick up the phone. That night, you and your husband put your child to bed. You go to bed yourselves. You get woken up in the middle of the night by a sound at the door. You open the door and you have to look down before you realize that what awakened you is the sound of this adorable baby in a bassinet who's bleeding from the forehead, and the only thing with him is a letter. You pick up the letter, and that is how you learn that your sister has been killed and that this is your nephew whom you've never met before. You realize that the life that you have fought for the last few years has just evaporated in front of your eyes. The life that you had worked so hard for is gone. You would be Petunia Dursley in the first chapter of Harry Potter.
We'll have conversations like this.
What I don't really get about that is, how is having another kid throwing her life away? Because, like, seriously, her sister died and she didn't even, like, she wasn't crying about that. Like, literally the way they were saying that was that she was crying about her whole life just went down the drain. But really, it didn't. I mean, they had another kid. Like, it's not like they should love him the same. And plus, they treat him like garbage throughout all the books and movies. But just because it's right here, and let's just watch the Harry Potter family tree. Why not?
This is a brief video about Harry Potter's family tree. The wizarding family of Potters descends from the 12th century wizard Linfred of Stinchcombe, a locally beloved and eccentric man whose nickname the Potterer became corrupted into Potter. Linfred was an absent-minded man whose neighbors called upon his medicinal services. None of them realized that Linfred's cures for pox were magical. His reputation as a well-meaning eccentric meant that Linfred could continue the series of experiments that laid the foundation of the Potter family fortune. Nothing is known of...
I know, I watched a video about there was a video of something. I saw a, would you shut up, please? I don't know. I saw a video, but that said, that was talking about other stuff about Harry Potter that I was going to watch. But couldn't find it. Okay, I couldn't spit out the words out of my mouth. I will see you all in the next video. Che out.